How are you tonight? I am a half hour later than normal because I had to go out of town this afternoon to pick up our taxes because they have to be in this weekend because it's a farm. So anyhow, I didn't make it back in time to do it at 7 Mountain Time. So here we are, a little bit later, but that's okay. I'm still here, right? And you can catch me on the replay if this time didn't work for you. Sorry, Nancy. Anyhow, hi, Anna, and hi, Shimmy Kiss. That's a new one. I don't know if I've seen you on here before, or maybe I haven't noticed. Anyway, I have some things. I have all kinds of things here. You know, running in, sliding into. Let's see where we're headed. I'm doing the shuffle. Can you tell? Okay, let's go ahead and get started. My name is Cheryl Wright. For those of you who don't know me, I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from northeastern Montana, and I've been a demonstrator for almost 14 years. And tonight we're going to do a class featuring the Easter basket bundle. So I have a few things to share with you while we wait for a few people to show up. This is just a time for me to tell you what I have going on, what Stampin' Up! Has going on. And if you want any more information about anything, you can contact me. Everything I have to contact with is at craftwithcheryl.com. And there you go. I would love your likes, subscribes, comments, all that fun stuff. So right now you have 4 days left to redeem your bonus day coupons if you earned them in January. They expire on Monday. So don't get caught with money in your free money in your hands that you didn't use. All right, so that one actually can go into the scrap pile because this is my last video until then. Right now, the product of the month is Painted Illusions. I did a card with this. My mystery card on Tuesday was made with this paper. If you want to see that, you can go back to my channel and find Tuesdays. But this is the product of the month for February. While supplies last, you can only earn one with a $75 order, and then it's $5 more. But starting Tuesday, you could earn this one. This is the March product of the month. Isn't that beautiful? It's so cute. Yeah, it's a 2-step stamping. So I'm excited for this one. I've got my order halfway ready. And then also on March 2nd, which is Monday, the exclusive join offer. So you would get the positioner that I have talked so much about. I love it, and I'm going to continue using it. You just won't be able to get it for a while unless you are a demonstrator or you become a demonstrator soon. I would love to have you on my team, but you get, for $99, you always get $125 unless there's a different special worth of product. But right now, you also get the positioner tool for no extra charge. It's just part of so you would get the tool for no charge. You would get $125 worth of products plus the tool. That's a $50 value, and you would get that all for $99 plus tax, but there is free shipping. I forget the tax part because I'm in Montana and we don't have tax, sales tax. So that is that. Now let's get busy. So we're going to talk about the Easter. We're going to use the Easter basket bundle. I have the dies, half the dies out. So that's probably why I can't find the dies. Oh, look at that. They just magically appeared. Anyway, so there's the dies. This is what we're talking about. I thought I had used all my Easter paper. If any of my Stampin' Cross Country friends are here, they're going to laugh at me because I was so excited that I used up most of my Easter paper. I just found a new pack. So I have another pack to use, which is fine. I have a month till Easter, right? All right. So this is the paper that goes with it. It is designer specialty paper. You can see the foil on it, can't you? So it's a little more sturdy than our regular cardstock. Anyway, that goes with it. And I don't remember what else. I should look. It is in our mini catalog. And it's also online. Oh, it had the gingham ribbon. It had some foil. I never did get that, and I did not get these embellishments. So it's on page 34 and 35 in the catalog, and 36 and 37. So this is one of the products that we featured during Stampin' Cross Country. These are not the products. These are not the projects we did. One is kind of similar just because, but the rest of them are not. So if you did Stampin' Cross Country, our virtual retreat last weekend, you have more projects, and I'm going to bring you 3 more tonight. So let's get started. I'm going to start off with a simple one. If you noticed when I was flipping through the pages, since I found this, there is a sheet in the pack of paper. This is called Easter Joy Specialty Designer Series paper. This has 4x6 cards that you can cut apart to make a card. So that's what we are doing tonight. So you can make 6 cards really fast. I'm going to make 1. Oh, my assistant shut down. I have my iPad with my ideas in case I need guidance into which direction I was headed with this. So I'm going to remake one that was in the catalog just to show you how absolutely simple it was. I'm changing it a little. So this is one of the panels. This is 4x6, and we're going to have to change this to be a card front if we want it to fit in a Stampin' Up envelope, which I want it to fit in a Stampin' Up envelope. So, let me see. So 4x6, I need it 5 1/4. Well, I'm going to have to lose a daffodil on each end, apparently. Let me see here. Maybe I'll just give it a little bit. I'm going to lose a daffodil. That's okay. Actually, I'm not going to lose a daffodil on this, just part of a daffodil, because I'm going to put something here. So I'm going to take a little bit more off this side. If I go 5. What if I go that much and then I take a little bit more? How about 5 1/8? Okay, we'll do 5 1/8. That's how good our trimmers are. Look, it just shaves off a smidgen. All right. So I had to cut that much off, but that's okay. Right? I have this great piece of great layer for my card. This piece is 4 1/4 by 11. I scored it at 5 1/2. So this is going to become our card base. I don't have a fun fold tonight. I do have a 3D project though, but no fun folds this evening. Like I said, I was lucky to get back and get things organized in time enough. Ooh, is that going to work? I think that's going to work. All right. I'm going to go ahead and glue this on. I usually do 3 projects during my classes on Thursday nights. And then on Tuesdays, I do mystery stamping. And I know I just turned that wonky, but that's okay. There we go. I have this folded kind of. I'm going to have to fix my fold. And this is Shy Shamrock, in case I forgot to mention that. Sometimes I get some lips with my trimmer, and I don't like them, so I just use my bone folder and smush them down. I'm very good at smushing down. All right, so there is my card base. Now let's make a couple little friends to play on it. All right, that is trash. All right, I have just a chunk of card there. Now I am going to keep this one super simple. So if you wanted, you haven't played with it yet, Anna? Oh no, you'll have to get it out. So if you, this is going to be a simple card base, layer, and I'm going to even cheat on the stamping. Like I said, this is similar. This is going to be like the one in the catalog. Yeah, I think I'm going to stop there because the catalog is a fantastic place to get ideas on what to make. All right. And like I said, I wanted to show you how simple this really could be. So, I think I'm going to go with the pecan pie. And just tap, tap, tap. And it doesn't matter where it's going because we're going to cut it out. There we go. I have a little cute little bunny. And, oh, he's looking the wrong way. I'm going to use the other bunny. So this one will have two bunnies. Maybe that'll go on the inside of the card. That would be fine. All right. We'll grab the other bunny. I wanted the Lups, the one with the funny ear. I need to breathe. You know, when you're coming in hot, trying to get everything ready last minute. Because you didn't know if you were going to make it or not. All right, so we have two little brown bunnies, and then we're going to have a little yellow chick. But I'm going to do the little yellow chick on some lemon lolly, and I'm just going to grab, I'll just grab the darling duckling because it's close. And if we don't like it, we could make a different one. Oh, I think that'll be fine. All right, darling duckling for the win. All right. Next up, add that to my pile. I'm going to grab Pretty in Pink. Pretty in Pink blend. And I'm going to go ahead and just color this little guy's, I'm going to color this little guy's ear, even though we're not going to use him right now. He's going to go on the inside of the card. And that one. And I'll give him little pink noses too. So we're trying to make this card easy. This is the easy card. They will get more difficult as the evening goes. Then I'm going to grab a dark peach pie and just color in the little beak on my little chickie dude. All right, now I need to get my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine out. I'm going to set this aside. And I did do some of my cutting for a couple of my other projects, or at least part of the cutting, so you didn't have to watch me haul this out all the time. Oh, Anna, you're such a blessing. Don't forget to like and share. Thank you, Anna. Hi, Tess. Awesome. Thank you so much. All right. I love it when it's liked and shared, and more people get to learn how much fun it is to make things crafty. Be crafty. All right. So I'm going to need, I got a bunch of stuff out in my little metal dish. Got this bunny out. And I didn't get the chick out. See, I even got the wrong bunny out right from the get-go. And now I have to think carefully with my dies. I need the little chickie, and I need the other bunny. All right, now we're going to get some Post-it note tape out. Love Post-it note tape. It holds things right where they need to stay. You can use other things, but my product of choice is Post-it note tape. I usually have some floating around. I had to throw a couple of them away because they fell on the floor. And they get in this beautiful shag carpet. I know you're jealous right now, aren't you? Beautiful orange shag carpet. Yeah, I'm not lying. And once it touches the beautiful orange shag carpet, it's garbage. And I thought about getting new carpet down here, but It kind of brightens the place up a little. And if I spill craft stuff on it, it doesn't matter. So it's still here. Maybe someday I'll get new carpeting for my craft room, but for now, it's fine. Maybe if I win the lottery, how would that be? So there's our little chickie. And we have 2 bunnies. This bunny is going on the outside of our card, and this bunny is going on the inside of our card. And we'll take the Post-it note tape off and use it later. Again, use it later. And we have almost all of our pieces ready to go for our card. Now, keeping it simple, I'm just going to use a piece. Which direction did I put that? You know how you cut off all this stuff to make cards? So I keep some of them. Occasionally I threw the whole bucket in the trash and then I start fresh, but I do keep some of them. We're going to use the Happy Easter. And if you were with me one night, you saw that, yes, I do indeed cut mine in half sometimes. I know it freaks some people out, but not me. All right, I'm going to pick that up. I'm going to pick it up with a block. You know what? I'm going to pick it up with the positioner tool. You saw me hesitate, didn't you? This is one of those times I really like the positioner tool. So I can line up my strip. I can line up my stamp, pick it up. Then I am going to, what should I use this? I think I'm going to use the Shy Shamrock. Why not? That's not what they used. Stampin' Up! Didn't use Shy Shamrock. There we go. Kind of toward the bottom. I need to adjust my camera just a little bit. Oh, that's too far. All right, back to where I was. So then line up your paper. Then line up. This might not work when your paper has a curl to it because it's been in a bucket. All right. Get it where you want it. Stamp it. Ta-da! I like that. All right, and then I am going to just use, I'll show you that banner end that I used another time. This time I'm using the banner punch. And this is going to be small enough just to fit in that middle one, kind of. Oh, you know what? I'm going to do it the other way. Just put it so that the letter is at the end and then punch. But what it did is it made this end nice. So you can use it from the outside of the punch also. So let me show you that again. So you don't have to put the paper in through the punch if you're not going to use that. If you want the outside, line up that edge. And so I have some banners, but I also have some nice ends. And it wasn't perfect, but I'll take a pair of snips. And it's better than I would have done just eyeballing it. There we have it. Same thing here. If I line up my scissors here, it's going to come out nicer. Same thing here. And there we go. And it's got that nice end that the banner punch did, even though we didn't use the inside of the banner punch. You can use the banner punch from the outside also. All right, so we have all of our pieces for this card. This is my simple card. So card base, bunny rabbit, see? Now let me explain why I didn't use the other bunny. See how this one is looking this way and you want it to look either this way or toward the larger part of your card? This one is looking that way, like something's over there and you want it. That's how my brain works. Actually, I think I got that in a photography class. So there's that. And then we're going to put the little chicken there. And Happy Easter we're going to put our Happy Easter at the bottom. I'm going to make this, I'm going to put this down with some, we'll just use tear and tape. So if you see the picture in the catalog, you'll go, that looks kind of like Cheryl's, but not exactly like Cheryl's. Because Cheryl cannot follow anything exactly. She always has to change just a little bit for some odd reason. I don't know. So we're going to put this. We're not going to pop this up. We're just going to put this down here. Line it up. I'm glad I went with the Shy Shamrock. And then we're going to get some of my oldie goldie dimensionals. If you haven't been around lately, I found these. They're thinner. They're starting to yellow. Hey, they still work though. It's amazing what you find occasionally. They don't peel quite as easily. They're probably close to 15 years old, maybe. So there's our little bunny looking at us. And we'll put a little on the chick. So by stamping this with brown, we don't have to color it. It gives it color already. By stamping this yellow on yellow, we don't have to color it. So that was a couple time-saving tips. And then we have our Easter card. Now let me find, I don't think I have any cut. So let me just cut a piece for the middle, for the inside. And we can put that other bunny on the inside. Happy Easter. So most of the centers that you see are 5 1/4 by 4. I just take a 1/4 inch off a 1/4 sheet of paper. That's what I use for my interior cards normally, unless you see otherwise. So now that I told you that trick, this is going to look better here in my mind because it's kind of facing that way as opposed to this way. He'd be looking off the card. Now, welcome to Cheryl's brain. That's how Cheryl's brain works. So we have Happy Easter. Easter's on its way. Hello, spring. We're just going to put for you. Or you know what? I don't know what I'm going to put in here. I might just write, but we're going to put the bunny. So there's the little bunny. We could have just stamped him in there, but we had an extra bunny because we just had an extra bunny. So we're going to keep him flat since he's an interior bunny now. And my pokey tool. Love, love, love my take your pick tool. And we're going to put it down here at the bottom. And there is our card. Put this inside. Now this next card, the idea behind it, I am so surprised that none of my Stampin' Cross Country colleagues or myself came up with something like this. I just went back and looked. I thought, I don't want to duplicate because the ones from Stampin' Cross Country are exclusive. We don't share them anywhere else. And so I thought, why didn't any of us think of that? I could put some bling on it. We're going to keep the bling kind of soft. We'll do some yellowish. Again, I use my take your pick tool. So we're just going to put some little rays of little I don't know where to put it. Just go over there. All right. Card number 1. Ta-da! Got to have a ta-da in your life, don't you? All right. Now the next one. This bundle is called the Easter Basket Bundle. So that one was the Easter part. This next one is going to be the basket part. And then we'll put them together. How's that for a plan? All right. Stampin' Up has this fun paper. Let me grab the bundle, or not the bundle, the package. It is called Woven Textures. And honestly, I don't use it enough. but I am going to make a basket out of this. I saw a card made with it. Let me tell you who it was. So I'll give credit where credit is due. The last one, I copied a page from the catalog. This next one is influenced. It's not identical by any means. It's influenced by Stamp with Kimberly. So I like to give my influencers a shout out. Oh. All right. So I'm going to cut, I'm going to make it with the basket. The basket is 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. So I'm just going to head and cut 2 3/4 by 3 3/4 out of this 2 3/4. I want the basket weave to go horizontal by 3 3/4. I don't know about you, but I always have to flip it just so I can get it. That's not right. 2 3/4 by, what did I did by 3 3/4. All right. Apparently I went a little bit longer, but that's okay. Oops. That was not a graceful exit out of the paper trimmer. All right. So now we're going to put this basket on here. When I saw the picture of this, I was amazed. I thought, oh, that weave looks too big for that basket. And but once I saw it, I was in love with it. All right. So get my machine back out. I'm running over, my heater cord. In the basement, it gets cold. Whether it's summer or winter, it's cold in my basement. In the summer, it's cold because of the air conditioning. In the winter, it's cold because it's winter. All right. So we're going to cut this. And, you know what? Let me do one more thing while we're cutting. So I only have to run it through once. I need, I'm going to use a piece of, nope, I don't want that. I want old olive. Excuse me. Old olive, where are you? Come on. Why is it the color that you need is never the color that pops up first? Sure. All the way to the back. Right. I want a piece of grass. That's what I dug for, is a piece of grass. And I've got my tray of goodies over here. So I'm going to throw that and I'm going to have it go down so it doesn't hit a line when it goes through. Okay, behave yourself and stay there. I'm not tacking you down. I usually tack down if the paper is more exact, like this one, or I tack it down if it's around a stamped image. Then I make sure I really tack it down because I'm not good at keeping it where it belongs otherwise. All right. So we're going to take this out and this out and put this away. We will need it for our third project, but I don't think we need it anymore for this project. All right. So this is trash. And we got a little piece there. Our Post-it note tape is still good. We'll use it again later. Isn't that adorable? Isn't that fantastic? I think that is an adorable basket. All right, and we have a little piece of grass. And we may or may not use this. I think we might. But well, the jury's still out. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to build some. Oh, where are they? Oh, I set them up here. When you put this piece together with these pieces, you get daffodils. I know. When I saw this card, I was in love. Let's just face it. I was in love. So I got all the daffodils cut out. So I have garden green leaves And Stampin' Up is so smart that when they built their die for the daffodils, they have one die, and I can't find it right now. They have one die that cuts out both pieces. So when you run it through, you can be one and done, or you can, you know how daffodils kind of have those two colors sometimes, or the center part is a different shade than the outer part. They're all in here with my magnets. I know I should have had two different bowls, but I was happy I got done what I got done. So I did some lemon lolly, and I did some daffodil delight, and I did some crushed curry, and we are going to make 5 flowers from that combination, because I think that's all the stems I did. Oh, I did 6 stems. So isn't that smart? So you don't have to crank that through once. It would have been nice if there were doubles in there. See, Anna likes that. Isn't that fun? Okay, so we're going to build. So this is crushed curry, this is daffodil delight, and this is lemon lolly. So that's what we have to work with. Let's see here. We're just going to build. I think I'm missing a couple. Oh, there's one. So I don't want any that are the same color. Together. And this is not good. Oh, it is. I'm going to come out with the exact number. So we're going to have 6. So that means 1 can go inside. How's that for a plan? What do you think? Do I need to change any of them? I don't know if I like the light with the really dark. The lemon lolly with the crushed curry. I think the lemon lolly. Oh, I only have 1 daffodil delight. No, I should have 2. Oh, I do have only 1 daffodil delight. Oh, well, we're going to have to do it that way then. Some days are like that. I don't think it'll matter. They're going to be a beautiful bouquet in just a minute. All right, I'm going to use glue dots. I could use runny glue, but I'd have to wait for them to dry, and I'm not that patient some days. Glue dots are the way to go. Put that down. Ta-da! See, we're done already, and it's not going to escape, and I don't have to worry about it. Love my Take Your Pick tool for my glue dots. My embellishments, taking sticky stuff off the back of tear and tape. I use this all the time. It's in my hand often when I'm crafting. Often. So, daffodils. We're going to make a spring daffodil basket. Isn't that fun? And I think the stamp that we're going to use is the one that says, no, I don't know where my stamps are. Hello Spring. That's what we're going to use. This would be a cute one to give for May Day. If you do something for May Day or Mother's Day, this would be a fun card to make for Mother's Day. So even though this bundle is, or this suite or this bundle is titled Easter Basket, this basket can be used for many, many spring events. Just a regular hello. A get well card. You know, if somebody can't have real flowers or you don't live close enough to get real flowers to them easily, send them a bouquet of flowers. I did see another card that used the stamped flowers. These. I know, I shouldn't do that to you. They used these flowers and filled a basket also. There's some tulips right there that don't have dies, but once you have this idea in your head, you could make all kinds of flower baskets. All right, now we have to do it again. We're going to put the stems on. These are going to be against the card, so I don't care if there's extra sticky. I was afraid when I left today that I wasn't going to get back in time and I was going to have to do my class tomorrow night. But I am thrilled that I got to do it tonight because my daughter is coming home tomorrow. I haven't seen my daughter for a month. I know that's not very long for some of you, but it's very rarely that I go for a month without seeing my daughter. She only lives a couple hours away. She's a teacher, but sometimes I just don't get to see her as often as I'd like. My boys are around all the time because they both farm with my husband, but my daughter isn't. My daughter followed my footsteps and became a teacher, and my sons followed their fathers. All right, this is, see, aren't you glad I did these ahead of time? We didn't have to cut them all out too. I would have made a couple of them already, but I ran out of time. I was lucky I got done what I got done. All right, they're flowers, so it doesn't matter which direction they're going. Now we're going to build this on an Everyday Arches arch. If I remember what I did with it. There we go. So we're going to put this on here. I am going to put, tear and tape on the bottom. Could you tell I just made that decision? No, I'm not. I'm going to put dimensionals. I want it to pop, but I'm just going to put my dimensionals at the bottom for now. And I'm going to put it on my card. I'm going to center it. Isn't that just rich looking? Oh, I love that basket. Love, love, love. It took me a few minutes to figure out what they had used when I saw it. All right, now I'm going to get some small dimensionals. These are from a kit, because I want them to pop up a little bit, at least a couple of them. So maybe we're not going to use it on all of them. We'll use, all right, this one's not going to be dimensionalized. This one's going to be up in the back, flat. This one's going to be down in front, a little bit more, kind of hanging out over the basket. This one is going to have a dimensional. It's going to be, actually, I'm going to set that. I'll put that in the back. It can go there. And then I think they're all okay to use. This one, oops, I didn't even grab a glue dot. This one can go down here in front. Isn't that cute? And then one of these can have a dimensional, because you want them to have different. Okay, do we want this one or do we want this one? I think we want that one. Okay. You want them to have different sizes and shapes and there. Depths. Isn't that adorable? Ah, I'm so excited about it. Yes. Okay. So we're going to put the piece of grass right here in front just because I think it does look nice to have the grass there. Well, maybe not. What do you think? Grass or no grass? Grass, no grass. Lock in your votes now. What show is that from? Lock in your votes. This is going to go on the interior of our card. So we're going to set it in the dish. Now let's finish the rest of this card. I'm going to put it on a piece of early espresso, 8.5 by 5.5. Oh, both ways. Well, that's not helping, Anna. I'm just kidding. That's the way I am too. I kind of like it both ways. Anyone else have a vote? So 8.5 by 5.5, and I'm going to score it at 4.25. And then I thought I would use a piece of the paper that we used. This is lovely. It's lovely blossoms, lovely blooms. Oh, it was from the Lovely Arrangements. It goes with the Lovely Arrangements cards that we used also for Stampin' Cross Country. Okay, so this is just the mat, so I need it to be 4 by 5.25. I run out of. Okay, I think I went a little too far. By 5.25. And I will also be doing a Lovely Arrangements class, not using any of the things that we already used, not any of the designs that we had already used. All right, I get ridges with my trimmer. I think it's me, not the trimmer. All right. It's like both. Anna's the only one that's speaking up tonight. All right. We'll see. We'll put it on or not. We'll see when it's all done what we like best. I thought the flowers went with it pretty well. I have a piece. Oh, I'm not going to get it in time. It's all cattywampus. Don't stay cattywampus. Uh-oh. Okay. Whew. I got it off. A little weird piece bothered me, so I had to fix it. Oh, I must not have cut this correctly. 5.25 by 4. Oh, I bet this isn't cut correctly. Oh, I used a piece of it for something else. So now I'd like to use it. So we're going to do our best to line this up properly. Right? We'll see if I did a good job. And then we're going to trim this end off. I must have needed an odd size piece, and I just assumed this was the regular piece when I grabbed it out, but it wasn't. So this is supposed to be 5.25. How'd I do? Not too shabby. Look at that. That's not too bad. All right. Boy, I'm glad it was the paper and not me. So then this is going to go on here. I like it. Then we're going to take some linen thread, as it matches the background. We're going to do a double bow. Those nice little wicker baskets. So to make a double bow, you get enough linen thread to have it double, and then you just go ahead and tie it like you would a regular, only you have 2 strings. And this oddball one is actually a tail. You make sure you cut before you get too carried away. And then you have wildness here for a minute. But if you pull your 2 tail sections one way and your 2 loop sections one way, it will all work out in the end. It's one of those times when you could use another pair of hands, but it's okay. And then you just keep fussing with it until you get the bow of your dreams. B-O-W, not B-E-A-U. I wish you all the bow of your dreams. And it just gives that double look. And we're going to trim them. I don't usually trim my tails the same length. They don't have to be matchy-matchy for this. You know me, I like matchy-matchy, but the tails don't have to be matchy-matchy on this. And then for my bows, what I like to do is use a half a glue dot. So I take my glue dots. These are a pair of $5 scissors from Walmart. And that's not why I have them. I have them because they are not, the adhesive will not stick to them. So I can cut it. The glue dot did not stick on there anywhere. And I have a half a glue dot on each piece. And the world can go on with my half a glue. A whole glue dot is just a little bit too much. And put it on there. And then we're going to put it on the basket. Oh, I really like this basket. I forgot to put this on. I think I'm just going to use glue. All right. Get it on there. I don't have words. I need to find words. No, I know what words. We already talked about what words. I just haven't put them on here yet. All right, now I have a basket that's kind of flippy flappy. Well, I know where there's a half a glue dot. Just looking for a home. So I'll pick that up and gently place it under and down. Ta-da! That's 2 ta-das today. All right. Now that you've seen the basket, grass or no grass? I am almost leaning towards no grass. It's just me. All right, now I need to find a banner or something for my Hello Spring. I forgot this part. Let's see if I have anything in here. Okay, the stamp that I'm using is long and skinny. So, I know what I'm going to use. The mystery is not even a mystery. You watched me make it when I was playing with the banner punch earlier. Oh, it didn't really punch well. Let's see if we can clean that up. Otherwise, I know where there's a lot of scrap papers to do that. But you know what? I don't like that one. All right. We're going to stamp this, and then we're going to decide how we're going to cut it. Hello, Spring. And I am going to use a little guy. Pick it up. And I'm going to stamp this in Early Espresso. And I think I'm debating about using white. There's my white or crumb cake. I am going to have you vote again. Are you ready, Anna? Have you found friends yet out there? Do we want to use the crumb cake or the white? I can move it up. Just let me put the ink away before I end up wearing it. No grass. Okay, I'm with you on the no grass. What about crumb cake or white? I'm going to get a drink while y'all are putting in your votes. White. Okay, you're thinking white. I was kind of thinking crumb cake, but you like the white. Okay, I have an idea that we'll try this. Where's that banner punch? Oh, here it is. I hope this isn't too small. Okay, I want it to go this way. So I'm going to flag this end. Okay, that's perfect. And then towers are starting to fall. This one's a little smaller, but you can still use it. All right, and then I'm also going to do another one that doesn't have words on it. "3D project coming up next." Who's excited for that? All right. So these are our options. We have white, Hello Spring. We have crumb cake, Hello Spring. Or we have white and crumb cake. With the white or with the crumb cake, just gently staggering. Oh, maybe I should have done that differently. That's all right. It'll work. I could offset it a little bit. Oh, it's not going to work the way I thought it was going to. Oh, well, I could do it with this. I could make my own. Watch. See, I don't even have to use the punch for this one. And then you move it up. And then I can show you exactly what I was thinking. White and crumb cake. So this is what I was kind of thinking. Having it staggered like that. Okay, I think we're going to go with this. All right, so I need to put this on here. Tear and tape is my friend on this one. Small item. I can control where it goes. It's got a big fuzzy on it. I don't know why. Okay. And I'm going to line it up with this one. I just want a little peeking out. I don't think do I want it peeking out on both ends? Well, that's not bad either. All right, that's what we're doing. And then, we're going to use dimensionals. I think the big ones should work. Yep. Yep. There we go. I think I like it at the top. I think down here it's just too busy. The top needs something. And then I'm going to use embellishments. I know they're on the last chance list, but I haven't checked today to see if they're gone. So if they're already gone, this will be their final farewell on mine. But otherwise, I'm going to put a butterfly or two. Isn't this just adorable? Thank you, Anna. Like I said, this is not my creation. I am copying quite a bit of it from a Stamp with Kimberly. I don't know who she is. That's all the information that I got. So we're going to put just a few butterflies around. And the butterflies are leaving us. Do I dare have one? No. I have one right here. There we go. There is my card. Isn't that adorable? Easter basket. Who knew? You can make a flower basket with the Easter basket bundle. You know? I love the fact that everybody sees things just a little differently, and we can all make just beautiful creations, and then we can share them with each other. So there's card number 2. The next project is not a card. It is a 3D item. So to start off, we have a square. My square is 4.5 by 4.5. And I am going to score it on all 4 sides at 1 1/4. 1 1/4. And I'm scoring. And I am doing Petunia Pop because it's one of my granddaughter's favorite colors. And this will probably go to her. My scoring tool needs to be adjusted. All right, so it's a quarter all the way around, 1/4 inch, 1 1/4 inch all the way around. And we're going to use the bone folder. I could get my big scoring tool out, but it takes up so much room. Someday, when I get a better craft room. Actually, I'm never going to get a better craft room. I need to clean this one. So someday when I clean this craft room, I will just leave my scoreboard up somewhere. All right, I am cutting 2 sides straight. These 2 side panels are straight. So I cut in straight, but I'm notching these outside tabs. Okay. Just from the end to the fold. That one didn't go very far. From the fold to the end. Now I'm going to do the exact same thing on this side. Cut to the intersection straight. And then notch. Notch. I love making these little boxes. And notch. Notch. Now the notches aren't, you don't have to measure those. Just whack them out because you're doing it so your box will go together easier. All right. Now flip it over so it's kind of a little tent-like. We're going to take some tear and tape. Gotta love tear and tape. And I'm going to put a little here and a little here, here, and a little here. I'm going to take these 2 off. The thing about tear and tape is you have to rub it on before you can pull it off. All right. Now I'm going to fold this in. I'm going to match up these 2 corners. Okay. Oops. Match up these 2 corners and then find your tape. Same thing here. Match up these 2 edges and then find your tape and smush it. Okay. Next thing, we're going to take off the tear and tape on these ends. You could have taken them all off at one time, but then I usually end up with glue to my elbows. This way it's, more controlled. There we go. Oh, my allergies. So this time you're going to have to put them both in. I like tucking one inside. The sticky's on the outside still, but that way I can close one, match up, line up one corner. And then this is the one I had held aside, and then I can let that go in. And then I can match that corner up. And there we have our box. And now you're probably saying, all right, that's really good, Cheryl, but what do we need a box for? Well, this is what's coming next. We're going to set our little box aside. Tear and tape goes away. I have a piece of, basically it's scrap paper. I am hoping it will get, look at that. I need 2 baskets. So I'm going to cut 2 baskets out of this. Ugh. I was going to have these done and it didn't happen, but I had the paper out and ready to go. So you're going to have to see me cut 2 of these. But it's not hard. Ooh, I was saying I'm going long on time, but I forgot I started a half hour later. I'm doing good on time. I just hit the hour mark. I like to keep these at an hour or not a lot more. All right. There are some features of the basket that I did not share with you with the last basket we made. All right, I'm going to do a couple more things now that this paper is smaller. I want a bow and I want a I'm going to keep this out. We're going to have to cut again. And that's okay. We're going to do this. And actually, I'm going to do this basket and my basket decoration. And then I'm going to make a bow. And then we're going to do one more cut later. I have to stamp on it first. All right. All my pieces. Oh, that's from the die case. It's like, why do I have adhesive on my plate? But it's not. It's from the die. All right. Ooh, I need another one of these. Maybe not. I'll run it through with my other piece, my bunny, in a minute. All right. I'm going to put this away for a second. I'll have one more cut to do later. All right. So the baskets, I didn't show you this feature. This piece right here makes 8 basket ribbons, kind of. Basket ribbons. So from the different projects I've made, I have a multitude, and I thought, well, I'm just going to use these up tonight. But that's the die that I got these from. Now, obviously, I'm not going to use the Petunia Pop. I'm going to use some of these other ones. I thought I had another pink one. Oh, I have a strong magnet over here, and it's just collecting all the things. Well, thought I had 2 pink. I only have 1 pink. But that's okay. I think we'll have enough. So I'm going to weave this bottom basket. It cuts out slots so you can weave. So I'm going to take a Shy Shamrock and weave it every other one. Actually, I'm going to start under and then go this way. Just because I'd rather have 2 under on the ends than. All right, there we go. Now I'm going to push this up. Now, in my opinion, I'm going to put 3 ribbons on my basket. I am going to put the next one in the same way, and then I'm pushing it down. That way, this one just slides right on through. Actually, I'm going to use blue. I'm going to use blue. So watch, this one will just go right through. Nope, you don't have to fight with it. You don't have to do anything. Now, I could just keep going and make a whole bunch like this, but that's not what my plan is. Now I'm going to smush this down so it's at the bottom. And then I'm going to put one more ribbon through. And since it's in the center, it's got the most give, and it will take the opposite way a little easier. And then I only have to do this. I only have to fight with it once. And it's not really a big fight. As you can see, it's pretty easy. It's loose enough that it goes nicely, and you can always flip it over and help yourself out. Come on. And they are long enough that if you mess with the end as it's going through, you can chop the part off that you kind of destroyed. All right, so that didn't turn out too bad. All right, so there's our little basket. I'm going to get these lined up. And then you trim off your excess on the back. Now on the yellow, I'm going to go from the front because I want it to match up the edge. On the back, it didn't matter. And there's one basket. Now I'm going to do the same thing with the other. Shy Shamrock. Starting behind. Actually, you know what you could do? Let's thread 2 of them through at a time. Oh, I never thought of that. Why not do both at the same time? Wow. Mind blown. It's amazing when you've done something so many times and then you find a way to do it even faster. And then now I want the blue on the bottom. All right, mind blown might be a problem. Ah, fiddle. I'm taking it out because I want the blue on the bottom. Okay, so that would have worked if I'd have kept them. There. And then this one goes to the top. And we're going to get the yellow one and thread it through the middle. How you doing out there? Hi, Shirley. I didn't start till late, so you are fine. Wait till you see the 2 cards I made. One was very simple. It was from the Easter paper that we made and or that we have from the Easter, and it's one of those panels. So that was a very simple card. I went simple. And then the next card probably is my favorite because I hadn't thought of using this set that way. Shirley was at Stampin' Cross Country, so that's why I know she's got the set. All right, so this one is being a pill. So I'm just going to grab my tweezers and see if they'll help. There. Not there. There. Must have been the thread of the tweezers, right? Okay. So there we have that one. I'm just trimming them all from the front this time. There. Okay. And then I have this cute little bow, this cute little basket decoration. Yeah. Just a little bit. And I'm going to make another one of these for the other side of the basket. Maybe. Maybe not. So it just completes the basket a little bit more. There we go. And I'll make one for this one when I run this one through. And let's go ahead and do that. Now we have our box. We have our 2 baskets. Are you putting them together yet? I am. Oh, thank you. This is a different size one than we've done before. Wink, wink. So, you'll have, this one is, this paper's 4.5 by 4.5. So the one we made before is not this size. It's a different size. So this is a little bit bigger. So you can put more of a haul in there for the grandkids or the kids or the husband or whatever you want to put in there. So I just used tear and tape and then line it up with your basket. I designed the box to be just a little bit smaller than the basket. There you go. And line it up. There you go. Now these 2 aren't going to come together quite as easily. So I'm going to take, I have some pretty and pink ribbon. Where did I put it? And it's really narrow. Oh, it's bubble bath. Oh, well, it'll work. This is a multicolor basket for my granddaughter. Girl colors. There we go. Ah, it wants to twist. There. All right, I'm all thumbs. That did not go as smoothly as I hoped. I was thinking this was pretty in pink, but it's bubble bath, so it'll still work. My bow is not being good. Wow. That's a real pathetic bow. So it did have the blue gingham that went with this suite, but I thought with a petunia pop basket, I would try a different color. All right, I think I got the twist out. Yay, I got the twist out. All right, there's my bow. Good, bad, or otherwise. Cut these. Huh, I don't know if I like that bow. Might have to get out the gingham. The gingham bows turned out really well last time. All right, it's kind of a pathetic bow, but it's a bow. Now we're going to do the bunny. And I had a small piece of crumb cake. And again, we're going to cheat a little. This time I'm going to use, early espresso again. And I'm not going to stamp the whole bunny. I just want to get below his paws. If you get the whole bunny, that's fine. But I just wanted to get below his paws. Her paws, its paws, whoever's paws. And I need some pink. Bubble bath is what we'll use, so his ears will match the pink bow. Maybe not. Bubble bath on crumb cake does not show up very pink. Well, maybe we'll try Flirty Flamingo. That's usually got a little bit more kick to it. All right. Now I'm going to cut this out with the die. And I'm also going to cut out another one of these. Will it fit on here? No, it will not. It'll fit on here. And I think that is all. I could use some grass on this too, but I think we'll not worry about the grass right now. I can show you what the grass would look like. And then if you want to make it with grass, you could. But I'm not going to take your time to make grass right now. All right, that's going to go there. And the bunny. Nope. Nope. And I am going to use tear and tape since I'm going around a stamped shape. I'm having a really hard time not doing grass. So we're going to do grass. Grass. I need lots of grass. You have to have grass in there, don't you? The Easter basket has to have grass. All right. There we go. I need more grass. So I might just do the front and back grass, and then I'll do more grass later. Lots of little pieces in here, though. I wonder if I could run 2 at a time. Shh. Let's see. Can I run 2 grasses at the same time? It's going to be hard. I'd don't usually do this. Except occasionally, like now. Well, thanks for watching, Tess, and thank you. Awesome. Okay. There we go. Got a couple grasses. I think I need one more grass and we're done. We're done with all our cutting for the night. And we just have one more. We have the rest of our basket to assemble. Okay, let's finish this adorable thing. Now you could make a second bunny or try to stamp it so you can see it from the back, but we're keeping it simple because if you have lots of grandkids, you might want to make several of these, or lots of kids, or lots of students. So the reason we wanted it just below the arms is we're going to cut just below the paws, not really arms, Cheryl, and up to the little spot. There we go. Now we're going to come in from the other side. You have to be very careful turning this corner. And it's kind of a blind corner and up to his little elbow there. This part's going to go back and this part's going to hang over the basket. So we're going to put some, I'll use tear and tape because I can handle that. I can control that. I'm going to put it right under there. Be very careful. You don't want to rip that centerpiece there. And then pick this up. And if you have any extra tear and tape, just kind of fold it over on itself. All right, now folding this back a little bit. I'm going to put it on the side that already has the fancy basket part. And we're going to try to hold it back and get it into position just like that. And then we're going to push down on that tear and tape that we put. Now you could have had the whole rabbit in there, but you didn't really need the whole rabbit. Isn't that adorable? Oh, Anna, I'm so glad I inspired you to use your Easter basket. All right, so, oh, I was going to put grass on there too. The grass can still go behind him. Yeah, we'll put the grass behind him. All right, so we have a couple more pieces to add. Her, him, whatever it is. And I'm going to just use tear and tape. Remember those scissors that I told you about before? They work really well for trim and tear and tape too, because nothing sticks to them. See? They're not sticky. Walmart special. I don't like to use my good Stampin' Up paper snips. We don't sell snips anymore, but I still have a pile of them. All right, there's the back of my basket. Then the tear and tape, if you take a chunk the same width as your grass, same length as your grass, then I'm forever cutting my tear and tape in half lengthwise. Then I get a narrower strip and I'm going to put it on the front of my grass, just along the bottom. And before I end up wearing this one, I'm going to add it to another piece of grass. So yes, this bundle is available at stampinup.com. I would love it if you purchased from me, but if you have a different demonstrator, I'm sure they would love you to purchase from them also. I will put the list of supplies in the description probably within the hour after my video is done. And I have part of it done, but I forgot a couple of the pieces I was going to do, so I will add those. And there we go. So I'm going to put this behind the bunny. It just fits behind him. Him, her, it. Kind of cattywampus. That bow. I don't know if I like the bow. I have this bow too. We could put this bow here. The back doesn't need as much oomph. I'm just going to use a glue dot for this. There we go. And my bow on top. I don't know. I'm going to have to fix that guy. I have 2 more grasses. So we'll do the same thing. With the tear and tape, get it about the length that you want. Take your non-adhesive scissors, slice it in half lengthwise, add it to the front of your grass. Drive carefully so it doesn't go off the edge of your grass. And there you go. What's everybody doing this weekend? I already told you my daughter's coming. I'm also crafting and getting ready to go to the Stampin' Up! Conference. I'm so excited about that. Remember, there's only a few days left to get the special. Well, this is a little too wide. I need to trim it, and I'm going to use these scissors again. So if I hit adhesive, it's not going to ruin my scissors. Go on the inside. Same thing here. So now I know I need to trim it off a little. And besides the wonky bow on top, that is my little Easter basket. Like I said, you could make it your grandkids' favorite colors. My grandkid's favorite color is purple. My other grandkid doesn't know how to doesn't have a favorite color because he's almost 1. You have to work this weekend, Shirley? Well, that's okay if you're working for craft money, right? Got to work sometimes. So there's this. I think, hindsight, I might trim off those pieces of my basket that are showing through back here. And that would be pretty easy to do even now. So that's the back, the sides, and the front with the wonky bow. I'm going to try it. All right, we're going to try the bow one more time. We're going to think very nice bow thoughts. And I usually don't have trouble with bows. There we go. It turned out better. It was all that twisting and turning earlier. I don't know what happened. It was like, maybe it'll just come over this way. All right, there's my bow. It's not perfect, but it's there. So there's my little basket. Put some cute little gummy bears, or not gummy bears, jelly beans. So there's project 3. And let's see here, project 2. Oh, Shirley, you're going to love this one. This is the one I'm surprised none of our Stampin' Cross Country people came up with something like that. And there's card number 1. Now, if you want a little more inspiration, oh, maybe not. I might have spoke out of turn. I thought I had my, oh, I do. Here is a card that I made with this set on mystery stamping a couple weeks ago. So there are 4 ideas to use with the Easter suite of products. More than what you got at Stampin' Cross Country if you participated in that. So, to a bunny that makes me smile. Oh, well, thank you. That's awesome. That bunny makes you smile. Okay, that's awesome too. Dog sitting. That's a good one. And isn't this just, yeah, I agree. This one is gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. So there you have it for this evening. Thank you for crafting with me. And if you have any questions or need anything, you can go to craftwithcheryl.com. There's a place there that you can contact me. Otherwise, all my other links and everything are there. If you liked this video, please share it with your friends or at least like it. And I appreciate all the likes, comments, and shares. You can subscribe to my email at craftwithcheryl.com too and stay up with all the extra things that I provide. So have a great evening and thanks again for crafting with me. Bye-bye.